Where there's smoke, there's fire. If a woman comes forward and accuses a man of abusing her in any way, shape, or form, you need to know that it took a lot of guts for her to say something. And most women, most victims, never say a word, especially to law enforcement or somebody who is in authority. It's too scary. And they're afraid someone's not going to believe them, or they're afraid that that person is going to retaliate or whatever. They have all kinds of reasons for why they wouldn't want to tell someone that they've been victimized by a person. But if someone has the guts to stand up and accuse somebody of doing something to them that was wrong, please know that where there is smoke, there is fire. So that one girl probably represents a whole bunch of other girls who had the same thing happen to them, only they never said a word. Like if you just take, rape victims, for instance, only 25 to 32% actually tell law enforcement that something happened to them, that a crime was committed. And, I think it's probably lower than that, because most of the women that I have worked with who've had that happen, they never say a word, especially to law enforcement. They just get the healing that they need from a counselor or a life coach or a friend, and that's it. And they go on with their lives, and that person just gets away with it because the victim is too afraid. And so, you know 14 years ago, I was a whistleblower for this Christian ministry for single moms and fatherless kids. And this place ended up being a cult. And the person who runs the place to this day was spiritually abusing me and sexually harassing me and totally taking advantage of me in every way, with using the Bible out of context and using this umbrella of, I'm your dad, I'm your spiritual father, and then wants to counsel me through all of my past sexual addiction and getting really into the nitty gritty of my past and trying to help me heal. And even though I use that example of rape victims, he didn't rape me in that context. But he definitely abused me and took advantage of me. And when I finally stood up and said something and confronted him with pastors, with the board of directors, with the owners, all of that, and had a bunch of people with me, everybody wrote letters, all this stuff. I found out later that I was definitely not his first victim. He had been practicing on women before me for many years. And I had women come forward once I actually stood up and told my story. They came to me and was like, oh my gosh, me too, me too, me too. And to this day, like I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday and found out that this is not the only time the board has been, had letters written and had people come to them and confront them about the leadership there. And I'm thinking, hello, people, like where there is smoke, there is fire. Like, do you have any idea what it takes internally, like emotionally, spiritually, like practically, all that? Do you have any idea what it takes for someone to stand up and actually accuse somebody of abusing them, accuse somebody of running a cult? Like, it is an insane amount of courage that it takes. Like, this is my first time, like in this last year is my first time actually speaking out publicly about this stuff. Like, I just did all this stuff behind the scenes and didn't ever want to say anything publicly because I was too afraid of God looking bad. I was too afraid of Christianity looking bad. And I was afraid of this person. And so now that I realize, like, hey, God's a big boy, he can handle himself, he's got his own reputation, and he's good, and just realizing, like, this person doesn't have that kind of power to be able to just make, God look bad or Christianity look bad, because there's so many other people who make him look good. So finally I'm speaking out, but you just need to know that take people's accusations seriously, like, and this can go in so many different areas, not just like accusing a cult leader, of sexual harassment. It is more than that. If someone has accused your husband of cheating or being inappropriate or looking at pornography or whatever, like where there is smoke, there is fire. Like, you need to look at those accusations. If someone is accusing your employee of being inappropriate or stealing or lying or whatever, it's like, it takes a lot for someone to come forward and accuse somebody else. So please take those accusations seriously and investigate and actually do something about it. And remember that if one person comes forward and actually is a victim of this person, please know there's probably a whole bunch more from where that came from. It's just that those people are too afraid to stand up and say anything. And it doesn't mean I'm not scared, okay? It doesn't mean I don't have fear, because I do, but I have courage because I do it afraid. So, anyway, so we're still in the process of trying to expose this place and warn people to not take anyone there, and to also offer healing for anyone who has been hurt by this man or by this place. It is called Five Rock Ranch, and it is in Yamhill County, Oregon, or Yamhill, Oregon, and it is still in operation. And there is still a lot of evidence, including personal testimonies that are coming out of there, that the same things are still going on. It is crazy. Like, dude, you were warned. Like, the board was warned, the owners were warned. And so anyways, so I'm going public with it and hoping that other people can help me get the word out. So anyways, check it out for yourself. And if you have any advice for me as far as people that can help us get the word out, whether it's independent news people or independent journalists, or I guess that's what you'd call them, independent journalists, whatever, people who do documentaries on cults, people in law enforcement, we're open to hearing more and getting, a better education on who could possibly help us. So anyways, God bless you. And again, remember, where there is smoke, there is fire.